Welcome back to Talking Ship. I'm Rosie from Cherry Moon Travel, here to help you, especially first time cruisers, relieve your anxiety, stress, and hopefully help you have a great time on your cruise and answer some of your questions. And this is based on my experience, totally my experience. This is uh, not intended to tell anyone what they should or shouldn't do. This is just my personal advice and experiences based on the cruises that I have been on and the knowledge that I have acquired by being an industry professional. So, today's topic is pre cruise accommodations. I felt compelled to address this because I saw this in a group very recently. And the person was arriving very close to their departure time. Well, their time to board the ship. And the feedback that everyone was giving in the group was that was very risky. And if there was any delays or interruptions in your travel, that you may miss the ship. So the person took the advice and changed their flight and went in the day before. But that is something you always want to make sure that you do. And I know everyone's financial situation is different. Your vacation time is different. You may have saved up all year to take this cruise. You may only get a certain amount of time off. So going a day ahead of time may not always be feasible for everyone. But flying the day of is very, very risky, especially with flights in this time of the year. When it's summer, we're in peak hurricane season. Any storm could delay flights and you could potentially miss your cruise. I don't want anyone to miss their cruise. But I recall back when I first started cruising early on, and I learned this like way back in mid 2000s. So I've been doing pre cruise before it was actually called pre cruise uh, accommodations and packages. So I just started doing it out of convenience and out of an experience that I had. We got on in Baltimore, we got on a flight, and I won't say the carrier, but we got on a flight and we sat there on the flight waiting, waiting, waiting. And the captain came on and said, "We're having an issue. We're getting it fixed. Please hang tight." We sat there probably an hour at least. And then he came on and said, "They cannot fix it because we don't have the part." So thank God we knew that before we took off. But we had to get off. And when we got off, we went inside and we had to rebook new flights. And I went in and I went to the counter and I said, I have a cruise I'm trying to get to. And luckily the carrier was wonderful enough to put me in a taxi. But we had to go to Washington D.C. to get on a flight in order to meet our ship on time. So imagine the panic of having to get out of the airport, get my luggage back, get in a taxi, and ride to Washington, D.C., which is a minimum of 45 minutes away, check in there, and be on our flight to get to Florida before the ship departed. So we made it. We actually got into Florida and got on the ship, and I think it was like 3 o'clock when we finally boarded. But a lot of people that were departing the same day as me did not get on and miss the cruise. So, moral of this story is save yourself the stress and if you can pay and go the day before. Get a hotel that's close to the port so that you can get to your ship on time. And you may have a long wait because if you don't get on till the afternoon, you get up in the morning, you have to check out. It's better to check out and have hours to wait than to be panicking trying to get to the port on time. So that's just my personal experience, my personal opinion, and I hope that you find that advice and hearing my story to know the importance of doing that. So it wasn't long after I had that experience that they actually started offering pre-cruise and post-cruise transfers, because you can also do it on the other end. If your flight is maybe very late at night, you come back, you can do a short excursion, or you could stay overnight and leave the next day if you want. But do not risk missing your cruise that you have waited so long to take, simply by trying to save money by not booking a hotel and paying for ground transportation. So I hope that helps. And if it did, please subscribe so that you can keep abreast of these videos as I upload them. I'm hoping that you're finding them useful. And if you are a group who travels together, you have something in common that you all do together as a group, please reach out. If you are getting married, a honeymoon, anniversary, a group retreat, or a corporate event, or retiring and you want to celebrate graduations, all of that. If your group is celebrating something major, someone's major life event, please reach out. I'd love to help you. And with that, thank you, and have a wonderful day, and happy sailing.